Okay guys, it's Salvaje and I'm back with another Fortnite Save the World weapon review. I want to give a shout out to all of you guys that supported my Wraith weapon review because that Wraith weapon review did really well. But with that said, let's get started. Let's talk about the bowler launcher. I just want to let you guys know the perks that I'm running on this bad boy. In the gameplay that you guys are seeing in the background is damage, reload speed, durability, and damage to knock down targets, I believe. But of course, I am going to talk more about the perks later on in the video. And of course, also give out some perk recommendations. With that out of the way, I just want to let you guys know, as always, I am going to be using my review format to review the bowler launcher. And my review format can be found, of course, in the description below. Okay, so let's talk about what the weapon specializes on. The best way that I can describe this weapon is like this. The bowler launcher launches a bowling ball. The bowling ball bounces around, creating medium-sized shockwaves that damages enemies, and eventually the bowling ball explodes. And the damage is very good overall, and it leaves no husk in its devastating wake. Is that a good way to describe this bowler launcher? Because I think it is. Long story short and simply put, the bowler launcher basically is really good for crowd control, and like I said, the bowling ball that it launches, it's really good for taking out sort of a low health husk, even husky husk at time actually, if they are pretty weak. And on top of all that, this freaking bowling ball literally makes blasters look like little bitches. Alright, like the bowling ball does so much damage to blasters and mist monsters, and guess what? I wasn't even running mist monster damage on, of course, my bowler launcher. That's one of the things that really surprises me the most. However, I do have to say there are a couple of cons about the bowler launcher. Even though it's really good on crowd control, even though it provides pretty decent damage, the durability on it runs out way too quickly. And on top of all that, since it's sort of like a launcher that launches a ball that starts bouncing itself, you can't really be extremely accurate with it. So basically, let's say that you want to kill a specific amount of husk, for example with a bazooka. You're going to be able to do that with a bazooka, but you're not going to be able to do that with the bowler launcher. And I found myself, of course, multiple times throughout the gameplay sort of telling myself, holy shit, like having a bazooka in this situation would definitely be 10 times better. Sometimes you shoot a bowling ball and you want it to kill like a specific amount of husk, but it doesn't really do that because it just starts bouncing around and it might miss a husk. It might miss, a husk. So that's basically my criticism on how reliable the bowler launcher is. However, it is still phenomenal for crowd control and of course doing a lot of damage to mist monsters. And like I said, I don't have any damage to mist monster perks, and this thing still destroyed blasters, okay? Now, one of the things that the bowler launcher wasn't doing a lot of damage to was, of course, smashers, but of course, smashers are kind of a different story. And I'm pretty sure that if you smash, see what I did there? No, but if you smash the damage to mist monster perk on the bowler launcher, I'm sure that your bowler launcher is going to be able to do some pretty decent damage to, of course, smashers. The weapon handle is extremely great. There really is nothing to complain about when it comes down to the weapon handling. And if you know how to use this weapon correctly, as in how to sort of predict where you need to shoot it, this weapon is going to be very satisfying to use. With that said, that moves me forward to my next topic, range effectiveness. So when it comes down to the close ranges, sometimes it's kind of a hit or miss. Sometimes you get the husk that you want to get at the close ranges, sometimes not really. The point is, you probably want to have a bazooka at these closer ranges, but the weapon is still somewhat reliable at the close ranges. Now, in my opinion, the best way to use this weapon is at the medium ranges. If you have the bowler launcher at a medium range, you can basically just throw it at a medium range, have it bounce a couple of times, and then just completely obliterate all of the husks that are in its way. Again, really effective at crowd control. Like I said earlier in the review, if you know how to aim this weapon can be very satisfying, and that's why this thing is even effective at the longer ranges. Again, if you know how to aim it, it's just really satisfying to actually damage husk from a long range with this launcher. Also, I want to give a huge shout out to ACDC Rocks because that guy gave me some sturdy mechanical parts, and without him giving me sturdy mechanical parts, I wouldn't have been able to craft my bowler launchers in this Destroy the Encampment mission, and I wouldn't have been able to, of course, get this gameplay for you guys. Anyways, now let's talk about sort of like the recommended perks for the bowler launcher. Now, I'm going to be running damage, reload speed, durability, and damage to snare targets, because of course the 6th perk is that it's going to snare the target for 6 seconds or something like that. Anyways, the point is I want to have the durability perk on the bowler launcher because again, the durability on this thing just runs out way too quickly. And I don't use a launcher for specific situations at times. You know, sometimes when I want to use a launcher, I want to use it, you know, like often, okay, to take out like a lot of groups of husk, okay? Which is why, again, I'm going to be running the durability perk. The reload speed, I think it's just a must. And the reason why I have the extra damage in there, it's because I don't really think you need a critical rating, critical damage build for this launcher, because again, the launcher just really does some pretty decent damage already. Now, if you want a bowler launcher that specifically specializes on just destroying mist monsters, I recommend mist monster damage, impact, and mist monster damage. Or of course, you can go with mist monster damage, reload speed, impact, and mist monster damage. And of course, last but not least, if you want a bowler launcher that just fires, you know, very quickly, just go with damage, reload speed again, so you have that, you know, reload speed and you can fire it more often. And then of course, damage to snare targets. I hope you guys enjoyed my bowler launcher review. If you did, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to join the Salvaje cartel. Peace out and see you guys on the next one. And of course, check out the Fortnite weapon reviews playlist if you're interested in more weapon reviews.